Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day today. I'm gonna be reviewing and doing a 2-day wear test on the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum. For reference, my skin is dry, sensitive, dry patches, all of the things, especially during the winter time, so this should be fun to try. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Valeria. I cover beauty and hair on this channel, reviews, comparisons, and all of the things. So if that sounds like fun to you, make sure to subscribe. I post videos every week. Bare With Me Concealer Serum provides 24-hour hydration, medium buildable coverage for face and body. So this actually has really good skincare ingredients like tremella mushroom, cica, and green tea. All of those have like antioxidant, anti-aging, anti-inflammatory properties. A lot of good things for the skin, and they're great at moisture retention and evening out skin tone like redness, irritation, and all of that. So it's a medium coverage, non-cakey, natural, lightweight feel, and it comes in 13 shades. I think this retails for $11.99. Comes with a pump, very clean in terms of dispensing the product. They recommend you apply this with a brush for experiment purposes. I'm gonna use a brush on one side, my sponge on the other. I think it went on more seamlessly with the sponge. It just gives me a smoother look, but I can also see more dryness on the brush application side. Y'all, this is why I don't normally use brushes on my face. Like, it just lifts up the dry patches. You can even see close up how the side of the sponge looks a lot smoother. I am getting a little bit of creasing. It seems like this, you have to set this right away. It is now 7:11 a.m., but here is the sponge side and here is the brush side. I was expecting it to look better on the brush side because it indicates that you should use a brush with it and that it covers dry patches, but I am an advocate to use a sponge if you have dry skin, so I think this is why it looks better, just because I'm not disturbing any dry patches underneath my eyes. Checking in almost 3 hours after application, you can see the under eye area does not look all that great. On the brush side, you can see it clung to the dryness and the coverage looks a little bit splotchy, but the sponge side is almost barely any coverage at all. It's about 7 p.m., so I've been wearing the concealer for about 12 hours. I think the brush side is the worst, but it just set looking wrinkled. It really caked. I don't know if I was in the right to set it with a powder, but it immediately creased after application. I do prefer the sponge side, aside from the fact that my mascara flaked a little bit. It doesn't have as much coverage, so we will try this again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get better results. Back for day 2, I have a bare face on, just my skincare because I want to try it on my face as well. I only have one shade, so I'm using the same shade underneath my eyes as the rest of my face. I have one pump in the back of my hand. I am just going to use a sponge to blend out today. I did another pump. I kind of spread it around with my hand. It actually looks very hydrated. So I'm gonna do a little bit more on my cheek area, my little red splotches. I got just about medium coverage. I do think this concealer is working better when you let it sit on the skin first for a little bit and then you blend it out. So before I get any creasing, I'm going to set my under eye area using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder. The skin has like a slight sheen to it. I think it looks very healthy, very natural. I'm gonna lightly pat some powder on the rest of my face. I am gonna be wearing a mask today, so I wanna make sure I seal it as best I can. It is now 7:23 a.m. I lost a little bit of coverage around the cheek area as I was blending my bronzer and blush, but otherwise I think it looks really good. It feels very comfortable. So I noticed a few things applying it underneath my eyes. I let it sit for a little bit and I got better coverage, but once I blended it out with the sponge, I needed to set it right away because it does start creasing really close to the eye. So I'm gonna set this with my Milani Make It Dewy setting spray. Just wanna get the best seal that I can. Other than that, once it is set, I have no creasing so far, so we'll see throughout the day. I'll check back in later. Checking in almost 2.5 hours in. This was right after I removed my mask, and you can see where I lost some coverage on the cheek area. Also keeping in mind, I didn't really wear a primer underneath this, and I do wonder, that's something that I need to put to the test to see how much would transfer on a mask. Back from my last check-in, it is now 2:07 p.m. so I've been wearing this for about 7 hours. Why do I feel like my skin looks better with this concealer on than an actual foundation? I really like it for all over the face. I will say I have some creasing underneath my eyes. I have to try to see if I can seal it a little quicker right after application. Aside from the creasing, I really like it. I was able to use one shade for underneath my eye and the rest of my face, and I do think it's a good shade match. It did transfer on my mask as is expected, but it actually feels soothing on the skin and hydrating throughout the day. So those are my thoughts on the NYX Bare With Me Concealer, dry skin approved. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. If you like this video, make sure to share, and if you've tried this concealer and have any tips to avoid creasing underneath the eyes, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.